Let's see. We ready for some sports?
Maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Victor Allen's New Sports, written and directed by Victor Allen, a weekly recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. Victor Allen, the bald-headed black man, rub his head, make a wish. The ladies have nicknamed him Sexual Chocolate for a very good reason. That's right. And get ready, we hope you dressed appropriately. Sports Bras, sports people! Yeah!
Yeah, I like that, man. Shorter claps, too, man.
I made the new short claps.
Yeah, man, I like that. You know, hey, if ain't nobody in the room, why, you know, they really should only hear our claps. That's it. Hey, man, I'm just going to sit back and keep it simple because I'm not going to go over, because everybody's waiting for the game tonight. Everybody's waiting for the predicted blowout of Villanova over Michigan. I'm not saying so. I'm just going to sit back and say, here's the picture that everybody's got burnt in their mind, in their membrane. Mississippi State, but the name that everybody has to always remember is, I call her A30. When I say A30, that's Arike 3-point Ogunbowale. Yes, I got it. There we go.
I think you will jack your name
up in a minute. Okay, I got it, man. Hey, look. I was trying to go back over the records, Mario. I was trying to go. The men's have already dominated because they have so many individual buzzer beater games. So, you know, they tend to, because of athleticism and everything. But I can't recall one, I guess, Final Four competition where the same player hit the game-winning shot.
Oh, no.
And back-to-back. I can't remember that. And I don't think they're going to outdo it this year. I think the women's tournament dominated on the Final Four up till the men right now. I just don't see anything trumping. Oh, Lord, I had to say
wonderful bet. Oh, I know.
I had to say that, man. I had to say it, man. My bad.
But it was wonderful bet. I'm with you, Vic. And Kobe, no wonder Kobe Bryant reached out to her.
Yes.
I would too. Thank you, Kobe, for doing that.
Yeah.
Such an inspirational story. Actually, a number of inspirational stories within the same game. Unfortunately, only one team can come out the winner.
Right.
But certainly, Vic, an inspirational story, and amazing. All I can say is wonderful basketball that represented so well for women's basketball. Of course, in the beginning, you start out as the stepchild. My mother was a women's basketball starter in college.
Right.
Right. I followed it myself and watched it closely when I was at Howard. But so wonderful to see them getting their due, Vic. Wonderful balls, right? Forget that you're not even thinking about the whole woman thing didn't even cross your mind, right?
Right.
It's funny. I just realized that it didn't. I was so into the basketball.
You forgot about
that
the
I
gender.
didn't even think about the woman thing, which shows you where we've. Thank God.
Come.
Let's continue. Let's continue on that movement.
Now, I was at an event. And, one guy was going, I can't get into the women's stuff because what he was missing, he's missing the athleticism. In other words, the players have gone by who he says, oh, man, they were getting better. They were sitting back showing more athleticism. And it's not the same anymore. But the excitement level, man. So the part that I'm getting at is that...
Wait, the athleticism is making it less exciting?
Well, no. He said that because of he's going back about 3, 5, 6 years where they just had some dominant players, point guards, and they're already going to the Hall of Fame. And he's going, well, it doesn't seem like we have those standout players anymore because you can't recognize, for him, his point of view, he says, what player has dominated this year that stands out above all? And I said, I think that comes from the lack of following the teams more so.
I think that I don't agree with that position at all. There's no dominate. Why does someone need to dominate? LeBron James, he does well. Are we going to say he dominates?
Yeah, no.
Russell Westbrook dominate?
No.
Let's go and see. Your adjectives are interesting. There's a bunch of amazing female players. Right. A bunch of amazing ones.
Yes.
And so I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. Hey, look.
3 to 5, and no offense, 3 to 5 years is not enough time to even. That's like a winning streak of 2.
But remember now,
it's like a winning streak.
It all depends on, like I said, the perspective is that it's a shorter window for you to deliver based on the turnover of things. But I agree with you. Now, I'm only saying this. My main message is to go and to celebrate this woman who I can't wait to see hit the WNBA. And as we scroll down, the picture in my mind is, will she ever match this period the way
well, maybe
she had?
Not.
I don't think she will, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, for that, and even no matter what, when we look at even the for the males, for the ones who have those wonderful, March Madness outcomes, going to the NBA is a different thing, and going to the WNBA,
wake up call, man.
It's a wake up call. So we don't know. We can root for you,
right?
We can root for you and say that it looks like there's a place because the qualities that make her special,
right,
continue. The hustle, the drive, the movement, all of that. So I'm rooting for them, Big. I'm with you.
Yeah. Hey, look. Okay, let me just say this, just to go back over the game, just a little bit. Mississippi State had it. Okay, let me just say this.
Yeah,
they had it.
They did.
Wait a minute. Now, let me say this also. I really feel bad for Tierra, the center, because coming towards down to the end of the game, she missed what they call going to the hole.
That little that shot she missed.
And as soon as she did that, I did like this. I said, it's over. I said, that's an opportunity.
No, I know. That was a bad one. But
everybody see?
Yeah, no, it was a bad moment.
That was a terrible.
That was a bad moment.
And it changes the landscape of who has the pressure.
Everybody gasped and the press. Okay, then it almost like this. It came out. You like,
oh man, dude. I fell for her. I did too. I sat there and said they're going to use her as an scapegoat because she missed the chance, so they can say we have the advantage. Come get us. They went back down court saying, now we're going to take the advantage. You're going to have to come and get us. and I'm just going to say A30. Let's just keep calling it A30. Arike, can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you move up. Can't wait to see which team you're going to be on. Now, here's the part that everybody's trying to get hype on, but they're not getting hype. I got my brackets busted. The only team I had that made it to at least the group 4. I had 2 teams going to, I think I had Villanova and Michigan going to the Final Four, but both getting knocked out. So I'm already busted. All right. That's the most excitement I got.
Bracket ain't busted. That's the whole point.
Hey, man. Hey, look. Somebody out there winning.
Yeah, it always is somebody.
Somebody's already winning, man.
Does a ridiculous job.
So here's my question. Okay. How do you make a game exciting when the team Michigan did not shoot very well in this previous game? And all props to Loyola, the Ramblers, because they just ran into a game where they just didn't hit. The numbers were against them because they kept hitting every game. The outside shots were hitting, But, it's like the roll of the dice. Sooner or later, you're going to get cold. At the same time, Michigan was cold. They weren't that hot. They just had better defense. So here's the question. Either one of these teams going into Villanova looked like a walk for Villanova. But everybody knows you always have a chance for an upset. Money time, Mario. Who do you put your money on for tonight? And if you did, how many points will the winner win by?
Well, I'm going with Villanova.
Yeah.
But, and I actually think it'll be a little one-sided. So I expect them to win by like 15.
15? You're good, man.
I think it's going to be more one-sided.
Yeah, everybody's trying to say, you know what?
I think, you know what? It's just...
You don't see any...
I don't see it.
Don't see it, man.
They both have defense, but when you apply that defense, Villanova has the ability to keep scoring.
Hey, look.
And I think they're going to shut Michigan's offense down.
Let me say this.
I don't think Wagner's going to do as like before.
I can almost give you certainty, not a guarantee. Certainty. Villanova's not going to shoot like they shot the last game. They're not going to shoot like that. They broke records. 3-point shooting percentage, everything. Oh, yeah. So if Michigan's coming in and going like this, they're not shooting that well.
Oh yeah, no.
It's done. It's done on that part. Now, what they're going to have a problem with? No chinks in the armor group. They got Wagner over. They got Wagner over on the other side there that they can worry about. And they got a couple other players that we can zoom in on. The issue is Do you push Villanova off the three-point line and take your chances, which means you may have some easy buckets? Or do you pack down in the middle and just hope that they don't hit those shots? But you're going to have to press them enough. And if you have leg turnover and you got speed and you kind of study the film, you have to do way better than Kansas. I saw chinks in the armor on Kansas defense that was just out of this world. I couldn't believe it. I was going, this team is not ready. And the reason why, they said younger players. Villanova is seasoned, senior. You already got Brunson. He's like the Chris Paul of college basketball. So at this point right now, Mario, do you think it's going to be over in the first half?
I expect them to have a lead going into the halftime. You know, I think I actually am I want to see a good game, but I think it could be a little one-sided.
Right.
But then again, we will see.
Okay.
We will see.
Let me say this.
They have to stick to their game plan. They can't, they have to do what they do.
Right.
Which means stick to what you normally do.
Right.
Where then it becomes a question of execution.
Right.
You know, you're not adding last-minute things and new things and all this.
Right.
Not really done with these younger players and the kinds of offenses that they run.
Right.
But certainly execution. And even though I expect Michigan to do well, I don't think they're going to be able to keep pace.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think it's going to wear them down. Like, it'll be a gradual separation.
Right.
You know.
Now, there is this one hope, and I'll move on to the next. The demoralizing thing that Villanova did last game was come out and hitting the threes like 1, 2, 3. It's really demoralizing. You come down, make a 2, they make a 3. You come and get a defensive stand, you missed your bucket, they hit a 3. They hit a 3 again. They kept hitting a 3. If Michigan turns around and say, we can hit them outside and start off early, don't start off behind, they have a chance. And here, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm the one that's picked.
Yeah, they can do it, but I'm just saying, we've watched them, right?
Right.
They need to get out ahead, exert, execute execution, because we don't see them having a spark thing, right? They don't have the spark scoring thing like that.
Right.
It's reasonable, but that ain't their forte. I think that's the part.
Right. The Wagner element, who's their big man, they're going to work him. They're going to make him.
But that's not going to be enough.
Right.
I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Okay. All right. Here's the favorite sport that Mario couldn't wait for. Baseball. Dude, Mario, I know you watched the games, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you watch? Did you? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Baseball, man. The season started. LA's in the mix. They already got us.
Oh, LA's in the mix?
Hey, they are prediction.
I'm waiting to see what happened to I want to see the Japanese guy.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. That's Angels.
That's right. So
Ohtani.
I'm not watching you.
He won. He won his first game.
Oh, finally, because he was having a hard time.
Yeah.
I was rooting for him.
First inning, I think he got a hit, a home run off of, but the next 14 batters or something like that, he, bam, took them all out. They won 7-4. Was it Seattle?
Sorry to distract you.
I can't remember.
But I showed you my level. So you got to get me on the hype.
Wait a minute, man.
You got to get a fan. I'm not a baseball fan, so you only going to get me on the hype.
Let me tell you why you're going to have a rough time. Wait a minute. Let me tell you why you have a rough time. Guess who they predicted to be in the World Series?
Who?
Yankees and Dodgers. Now, how much more do they have to give you? How much more they got to give you, man?
I got to learn.
That's cold. All right, that's cold. All right, so let me do this.
Pack your bags.
I'll give you the answer in a second. Hold on. Check it out. All right. So, how many games do you think you're gonna watch? Because I'm watching Clayton Kershaw because he's already lost his first game already, man.
None.
So I shouldn't do any sports on any
No, you
coverage.
should do it for the other folks.
What good is he gonna do? I'm gonna be talking to myself.
No, you're talking to the world out there. I'll be here to play that role.
Look at that
supportive role.
I see you, man. Look.
I love baseball.
Okay.
Baseball been very good to me.
Let me just say this, you guys. Don't sweat the early games. Kershaw lost his first game for the Dodgers. Not a big deal because his ERA is still at 1.50. So that means they needed to get the hitting strong. It's coming. Don't even worry about it. It's too early right now. All right, switching over to what I call the playoffs looming in the NBA, because everybody knows if you see ragged plays out there from all these teams, it's because they're resting if they're in the playoffs. They're not right now. Imagine this. You got about 4 or 5 games left in the NBA. You think your coach is telling you to go all out? Which coach is telling them, I want you to sit up there and hustle your ass off? It ain't happening. So if you see teams losing, that's not supposed to lose. And you see teams that are trying to get into the 8th spot and they're losing, that lets you know the difference between the playoffs, that they're not worried about the 8th seed. They're just going, stay healthy. I'm not worried about Golden State. Who I am worried about, who is going to make it rough for people, Dame Dollar Time and Trailblazers. They're the hottest coming out of the Western Conference if you talk about the games. If you're looking at the games over a longer period of time. In the Eastern Conference, I think Toronto fooled everybody. I didn't think that they were going to sit up here and trump. I did it again. Trump, Boston, and the Celtics. I didn't think that was going to happen. So here's my question, Mario. I already know you were watching the playoffs.
I don't believe in them in the playoffs.
You don't? First round.
You know what?
They're in the third position, man.
Because I think, to me, DeRozan's doing wonderful. To me, Lowry is always he disappeared.
Oh, you talking about Toronto?
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm.
Okay. What about Portland?
Well, I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting, but I don't think they have a chance.
All right.
I really like Damian. I mean, I'm a fan.
Man,
I'm a fan. I think he's a good rapper.
Man,
I liked him on the.
Man,
I like.
He's
he
money.
reminds me.
Right
a small guy who plays super big.
Right.
I got to give him. He's got a ton of heart.
Yeah. No, man. I mean,
I like his energy, his vibe. He's good.
Big Papa. Yeah. So, to me, it's the hottest team right now. If you want to go, let's avoid Portland. Now, if there was a team in the East, it's kind of hard because I would say the fear is Philadelphia. I'm going to say it because of Joel Embiid.
If Embiid is back.
If he's back, it's Philadelphia. It doesn't look like he's coming back as soon as they would like, so I think they're already hit. So who does that leave moving forward? Who is next? And if you had to pick a dark horse, is it Indiana? Is it Miami?
No.
You got to show some spirit.
No dark horse.
There's no dark horses in the East.
I mean, there's no chance. See, that's where it gets into. They want to make you think there's a chance so that you'll watch. But it's and I watch anyway. But does anybody think Indianapolis has? Pacers have a chance?
I'm not saying. Look,
oh, come on.
I'm not saying that, man. I'm just saying.
Detroit, go Detroit.
They're in the 9th position, and I don't think they're gonna make it with Blake Griffin. They ain't gonna make it, man. I feel bad.
Go Detroit.
No, you can't do it, man. So here it is. So here's my question, and just going out. You picking Houston to win the West?
Oh, I don't know. Especially when they play. Maybe not if they have to play San Antonio.
San Antonio. Wait a minute. Ain't nobody worried about San Antonio.
Except Houston need to because they keep losing to them.
Yeah, man, they resting. They're not playing it.
Resting.
I know.
So
man.
there are those wins that if you actually rested yourself to a 17-point loss, you're an idiot.
No.
Okay.
No.
Idiot.
No.
That's a bad rest decision.
No. Well, look, Golden State.
How's that?
Wait a minute. Golden State.
Go rest that.
Wait a minute. Golden State is on a 3-game losing streak. And they know all those players are not that injured. Except Durant. And I'm going, you're resting them.
All right. Well, I'm just saying all of those are the kind of decisions that go into leadership. And so live with it and live. I don't agree, but bravo.
See, this is what I like. This is the part I like. He's going.
You got to. That's what you believe in. Hey, everybody's different.
Right.
There's a range.
Well, guess who's on? D'Antonio is on your side. He's actually questioning Houston and said, rest is not the problem here. He says it's not about rest.
It's not about rest.
It's not about rest.
Even
but we
though,
know.
I think I've already stated over and over, they play too many games, especially too many per week.
Yeah.
I told you, I think that's the injury factor.
Right. I got you.
So whatever.
All right. Hey, look, that's it. I'm going to hold over. I can't keep hitting these other topics. I got to move on to the next, man. I'm out on my sports, man. I'm watching tonight. Go Wolverines, man.
Wolverines. We watching the Avengers?
That's jacked up, man.
Just kidding.
That's jacked up.
New Victor Allen's New Sports, written and directed by the bald-headed black man. Every week, a recurring segment of the Morning Cup with Mario show. You can do it. You can have it. It's a New Sports. Every week, be here. Dress appropriately. Sports bras, jock straps. Bring your own Lotamin cream. Don't forget that big foot powder. It's sports time, damn it. Sports. You know what that means. Sweat and stinky stuff.